In this video I will present to you 4 different tactical exercises for the game Go on a chessboard. The idea is that I present to you 4 positions from real games where some of the players did some mistakes, so you can learn from them and avoid them in your own games to be more successful in the end. As always, you can stop the video, think about a solution and then compare it to mine to the end of the video. In the very first position, it was played between 2 of my students. The game continued, but the position itself was impossible. And your task is to find out why that's the case. In the second position, it was Red's turn, and Red put a stone on G2. Your goal is first of all to spot the threat that the Red's player is plotting, and at the same time to tell me what's the best reaction that Blue can play here. In the next position, it was Red's turn, and Red decided to put a stone on C2. The move itself isn't bad, actually it is pretty smart, and first question is, what is the idea of the Red's player? And the second question is, how should Blue react to this threat? Now we continue with the final position. Here the Red player did play his piece to G2. And now again the first question is, what is the threat that Red is trying to plot? And at the same time, again, what's the best reaction to it? So let's see the solutions. The very first position is impossible due to the fact that both players have already lost. By that I mean these 2 blue pieces surround the one in the corner. At the same time, these 3 are surrounding the one on A2. In case you're already implementing the special rule, then the position itself is possible, but then the game is still over, whereas the players that played the game, they simply didn't spot that, well, they won or lost the game already. And I couldn't find out who was the first winner, therefore, well, too bad for them. So for your own games, try to see your winning options and not to omit it. In the second position, Red played the piece on G2, and Blue, although he had made some thoughts about his game prior to the move, he immediately spotted that Red had a threat just to finish the game by, well, finishing it with G1. So he simply defended the loss with his piece on G1, which didn't, well, in the end help him at all, because he still lost. But the final verdict was that actually the position was winning, since if we go back to the starting one, instead of defending, the best idea would have been to finish the game by setting up a piece on D1. And by that he would actually win it twice, because he has 2 different areas that he controls and surrounds. And he simply forgot that he set up a threat by himself. So he was there, was threatening 1 move ago, and simply forgot it right away. So you shouldn't do that. In the next game, Red was pretty smart, because he has a double threat that Blue cannot well, defend from, because he can only defend himself from one of these 2, and by putting it there he will just win the game. if it comes to that, because blue has two different winning options. First of all, he can surround the piece on c2 with this move, but he can also surround the piece on d1 with putting a stone on e1. And that just shows you that the Reds player wasn't bad at all, but he was only focusing on his own options and didn't spot his opponents at all. And on the answer to the bonus question, which was what would have been the best move in that position, it is obviously defend the loss by, setting up here. It will still be lost if blue plays it correctly. I can even show you how it's done, but for that continuation, blue has at least to have some thoughts about the game. And how blue could still win the game is by continuing with 2f2. And right now the threat is just to finishing the game. And on stone 2f1, we obviously finish it by that way. So the game was lost anyway, but in this case it's still the best continuation, because there blue has to have the most thoughts how to continue properly. Finally, in this position, red played his piece to g2 and he set up two different threats, which again blue cannot defend. Actually, in the game he tried to, so he continued with stone to h1, which doesn't help at all, by the way, because both continuation to g3 and also to h2 win the game for the red side. But what blue hadn't noticed at all is that he can and should obviously win the game by finishing it with piece to e1. And by that he has completely surround of the red stone of f1, which wins him the game. All of these tasks are pretty similar. They are just following the golden rules that the students didn't follow in these examples. So if you want to achieve really good results in the game, it's simply just following the results. So first of all, try to see whether you can win immediately. If so, then do it. And second thought, if you cannot win immediately, is there a threat that you need to avoid immediately? If both questions are answered negatively, then you try to find the best move, and if you combine it with calculation, like variations, thinking as far ahead as you can, then you will get the best results in this game. And if you like the game, then I wish you good results and good luck there.